Hey, what is up, guys? We finally got our first skill point in for the survival tree. I'm so excited, and plus, we finally beat our first boss. For those that don't know why I put my first thing into the survival tree is because when I was looking at like GameSpot or IGN, when Rangy Crisler or any of the other gearbox guys would bring the game to show, they would show off certain areas like arenas and stuff, and they was basically saying, the game is basically a lot tougher from the first one. And from my first hand of seeing it, from what you guys have seen from the first two episodes, this game is not, well, not first two episodes, first two parts. I'll explain that later. You can see that this game is not a joke. I can tell you right now, the recordings that I did last night, me and this 187 are pretty much. I'm on level 20, I think level 23, or level 21, one of the two. And we was facing people that were level 25s and 24s. The game is seriously, well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I love a challenge, but the game will seriously put you in areas where you think, you're at the right level, but the next thing you know, you look at your mission thing, it may say tough. So yeah, this game puts up a real challenge, a real good fight, but it's always rewarding because you get a bunch of XP for the bigger enemies you take down. So I can see why they put more tougher enemies in this game, so you can gather more XP whatsoever, so you can build your character. The reason why I built down the survival skill tree is for that reason, because it dictates how much health buffs you can get and how big your shield capacity can be. Also, it helps out with your turns cooldown, and there's also a shield, and then, like I said, and a magnet where you can stick it on certain things. So with that, excuse me guys, my allergies are real messing up right now. It's the end of the allergy season and everything, so please forgive my snorting if I do it. I'm in the pretty much last home stretch of my allergy season, and I can't wait for it to be over. But we finally beat our first boss, Boom and Bew. As you can see, it wasn't easy, especially since we were like level 2s and going up against a level 4, but we managed to pull it off. I managed to get my turn. I finally got it upgraded. Well, not upgraded. Finally got my first skill point for it. Put that in. Then I finally got a skill point after that, and I put it into the survival tree. I say it's going real good. I did like some recordings last night that it's going to be way down the line before you see, but it's going to be real interesting. The games, I can say this game's storyline, I say this storyline explains a lot what happened back in the first one that we didn't see, and it goes into more depth of what we did see about certain characters in such areas. I'm not trying to spoil or anything, but basically I could see that what the writer did was to develop the story. He took a guy that gave you missions back in the DLCs back in the first one, and he basically developed his whole entire backstory, where he came from, when he did this and that. And then with that, he did that with every other character. He gave every other character a backstory. Even some of the NPCs that just gave you missions back in the first one, they even have backstories. I was surprised to hear about certain characters back from the first one. Random NPCs that like Scooter would send you to, and they'll give you a mission and a couple of weapons and a couple of jobs to do, so you can get some cash and build your XP. But then in this one, they come back and give them a whole entirely different backstory about what happened to them, why they're not here, everything. They pretty much gave everything in this game, even some of the old cities that are not even here anymore, or monsters see under the dome. They basically gave them all a backstory and what's going on in them last, I think, 5 years, Pandora, while rolling and them stayed here for the past 5 years while Handsome Jack was basically trying to take over. And they really did a great job in giving it a depth story. I really say this is a really great game overall. I know you guys probably heard me say that before, but this game is a real good piece of work. I don't really care what anybody else says. I think this game deserves a Game of the Year award straight up, because for it being a polished game, it's extremely well good and polished. Now it may have its hiccups every once in a while, but hey, what game doesn't? But this game really executes story, gameplay, and mechanics very well. It's like this 2.0 of Borderlands. It's really seriously kicking its ass. It's beating out its predecessor, and it's setting a new record for itself. I really like what they did. If I could give Gearbox an award, I would. I'd give them the award of the best game of 2012 straight off the bat. It's a real good game. The dialect's funny. In the future videos, y'all gonna be hearing some real funny ass dialect, you know, from Handsome Jack. Cause last night, don't want to spoil nothing. Me and my friend just don't want to tell him. He was seriously cracking up to what Handsome Jack was saying. It was real funny. That you could tell the effort and the teamwork they all put into, you know, making this game, and it didn't go to waste. They really, you know, threw the ball at it, and they really got down to work to it. So, you know, I want to say thank you, Gearbox Software, for, you know, making this awesome game. Thank you, Randy Pitchford, for, you know, being you and always having fun making this stuff. I hope you can make Borderlands 3, you know, even more awesome than Borderlands 2. But that's probably gonna be some years off before then. You still gotta make some DLCs. Explaining DLCs. At first, they said that was gonna cost $40 right off the bat. But now I hear they cost just $30 right off that. I decided I'm still going to wait for them DLCs to release, because I heard that from now until June 2013, that's when they're planning on releasing all 4 DLCs. I'm planning on waiting to see what them DLCs look like. I don't want to buy the season pass and then there's one DLC I don't happen to like with how it's set up and stuff, because it's the same thing sort of happened with me back in Borderlands 1. They didn't offer a season pass, but they offered, you know, the Island of Zombie Ned, Claptrap Revolution, and what was the last one? Damn, I can't remember the last one. It was Claptrap Revolution, and I can't remember what the third one was. Then they had Moxie's Underdome. I didn't really want to get the Underdome because basically what the Underdome was, it was just basically a fighting style arena, just sort of like how the Slaughterdome was. And they added in a feature where you could have a storage locker. So that means you have to go all the way trash out to the Underdome to store any of the guns that you find or win from that arena, and then bring it back. I know what they was trying to do. They were trying to, you know, make up for you being able to storage most of your guns like they do in this game. There's a bank in Sanctuary where, you know, you can store all your guns, but you have to go to Crazy Earl, you know, to increase his capacity and everything else. But I see they put that feature in, but they tried to do it in Borderlands 1, and then it was sort of kind of too late because people was basically like, well, now I got a storage locker, but I pretty much got rid of my favorite gun or sold it about a couple weeks ago, and now I got this, or I pretty much played the game and I pretty much don't have any more of my awesome guns anymore. So there's really no point in that. But I saw what they was going with. They were just trying to make up for that whatsoever. I'm also quite curious about the Necromancer. You know, she's the new DLC character. She's another Vault Hunter that's supposed to be coming out October 16th. I wonder how, since you know how the whole entire opening scene opened up, showing, you know, Maya, Salvador, Axton, and Zero. People and also I have been wondering how will she, by getting a new DLC, will there be like a patch with it where, you know, they put her into the opening scene where she gets blown up on the train track, or is it that it's the same opening scene and then when it gets to, you know, the part where the train blows up and you choose your character for the new adventure, then will it, you know, do it that way? You choose her in the regular screen character and the game starts stuff like that. I think it'll be real interesting to know to see the Necromancer on the train fighting and using her her death trap. I think that'd be really freaking awesome to see her, you know, summon that boy out and take him out. Because I can see, compared to the first one, that awesome train ride, it was awesome. It was a great opening for all the new characters and stuff, because, you know, Handsome Jack is welcoming them, so-called welcoming them to Pandora to help him find the vault so that, you know, they can attain witches. But then it turns out to be a trap, and then they basically have to fight their way to survive on the train, and then to come to the front to try to see if they can take over it and stop this crazy ride. It turns out the thing has a bomb on it, and it potentially tried to blow them to hell. So then with that, you see Claptrap and with everything else. I think I look a lot more forward to playing with the Necromancer. If I'm not done with Maya by then, I'm going to start another character profile with the Necromancer, you know, show her off a bit to get her start building. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to stop playing with my Mind character. The more I see, you know, get someone else, I've been playing more with the Mind character. I know it's been intriguing you guys, you know, for those that don't have the game yet that's watching this. Maybe I want to start off the Siren. I know Axton, he may not look all that sweet and stuff because he's a commando and everything, but I think he's still a pretty damn good character. I know everybody's favoring Zero because he's an assassin class but anything, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, and I'm not dogging on Zero, there's one fight in the game. I'm not going to spoil it, but you guys going to see in the future video. There's one fight in the game, and some of y'all may know this. There's one part in the game where that deception skill is going to be not really all that helpful to him, because in this one part you got to face one big ass enemy, so while other little enemies are spawning around you. And if you don't really have like a Salvador or an Action that can throw out a turret to, you know, take some gunfire and stuff like that, or a mine to try to lock in some of the enemies to keep them off you, the Zero is, it's afraid to say, it's basically gonna be fucked, and you're gonna die a lot trying to do it, because you know he's mostly a sniper and a melee type character. That deception skill can only get you so far about you going around slapping people before, you know, you have to wait for it to recharge. But I'll talk about that later down the line and stuff, about, you know, the best way, you know, to deal with that whole situation. But the thing is, people, I think people don't think because Action, because they mostly took away all the good skills. Like, I wish they added the skill with Action survival tree, you know, him be able to shoot healing bullets, but I'm guessing, you know, they wanted to give Maya more of a support role since, you know, since she uses a phase lock ability and lock enemies into place. I think what they shouldn't have gave Action like they did with Roland, to be able for his turn to put down ammo pickups, because, you know, when you look at it, the commando is also a supporting character too. It's not just like an assault or a heavy duty person, sort of like the Gunzerker. If I felt like they should, you know, gave back the commando the ability to drop ammo, stuff like that, be able to heal people within this turret radius. I also have a shield on it. The shield on it is really awesome. It just don't let it. You got to be a little bit strategic with it. Don't try to put it like way down in the middle of a bunch of gunfire unless you have to. Like if somebody's down there, so now I will throw a shield turn over them whatsoever. But I'm trying to work down the skill tree so, you know, I can get the 2 double turns, so I can throw one turn down that can be taking gunfire and then another one over the person I'm trying to heal. But even though that he is missing some of the key elements that would make Action an even more badass character, he's still pretty badass. I suggest give him a try, because his skill trees are very interesting, because they either focus more on guns or the turret, or in this case the survival tree, it focus on really pretty much both. It focus on, well, some of your gun abilities, but mostly your health and shield capacities, and it also focus on your turn ability, so, you know, you can be able to keep it out there in the field, and then you could go into the gorilla tree if you got any spare points left. But with that, guys, I'm gonna have to get out of here. I'm getting ready for class this morning, but I wanted to let this, you know, render itself out and upload before I leave out to have you guys something to watch this morning. And I'll catch you later at part 4. All right, peace. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Peace.
Enough. Who's next?
minion's a bona fide badass. Whenever you're ready, buddy. Protect me, Squire! Yo!
Patty, come to me. I don't think so. I'm back, bitches!
Stairs? I can't climb stairs. Let's find another way up. Ooh, a crane. Find the control. Oh, right here.
This will hurt.
High quality, low prices, and no questions asked.